What about a Muslim girl who has her hijab on 24/7? What about a 6-month-old child? So let's look at it from that perspective instead of blaming the victims. And I mean, in a case where you maybe as a woman trusted that this person had your best interest at heart, this person is someone that you even care about, you love, you're in a relationship with, and all of a sudden they turn their backs on you and indulge in that act, that despicable act of rape. How do you navigate through it? How do you get out of it? First thing is to speak up. As hard as it is, we've had different people speak up 12, 13, 15, 20 years after. I feel like the earlier the better. If it has happened to you, if it's happening to you, because some people it's a reoccurring thing. It's reoccurring. It's them staying in their auntie's house and their uncle is taking advantage of them day in, day out. It's friends or cousins that they're staying with that come by and do these things over and over and over again to them. 16-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds. Having to have that very, very I'm trying to find the words. Very I feel like it's unrealistic to have someone actually go through that. Like sometimes when I think about it, I say, why does anybody need to go through such an experience? Never. And people that cover up other people, friends of friends that know that this person has done this to this girl, friends, male friends, boys need to begin to talk to themselves. They need to begin to have conversations with themselves. You see a friend of yours who has done it and you keep short. Well, you are in that as much as he is. You don't caution him or even call him out on his bluff. Reach out to people that would help or people that would even reprimand him. It may be your brother. It may be your cousin doing that. It may be your friend. Well, what's the best thing to do in that situation? Call them out. Because, I mean, people have had to deal with this for the longest time. People have had to, girls would have to, it's mentally, this pain is excruciating. And we need to talk about this more often than not. I'm going to go on this quick break. This next song is called Child of the World by Falz from his first debut album. And when I listen to the song, I just think of the entire situation with people or women going through rape or even men going through rape. Because yes, in boys' schools, they don't talk about it enough. Boys don't even talk about it a lot. But aunties, mothers' friends, cousins, female cousins, do that to young boys. There was one time I was opportunity to have to work on a monologue where it was I can't quite remember who it was written by, but I have her book and she talked about it's a monologue for men where you're not allowed to speak about these things because you're a man. Own up to it. No, you enjoyed it now in between. You enjoyed it. No, you were violated and you need to talk about it more often than not. I gotta go on this break. Falz the Bad Guy with Child of the World is up next. Go nowhere. Your one family, one radio station, Super 92.7 FM.
I pull up her mother's eyes, she be trophy daughter. Mommy raised her, daddy never dropped a dollar. Daddy ran away, didn't wanna have a child. Mommy wasn't ready, still remember how she cried. But time flies, all I want is in the past life. Shalati my shop, look good body to the large size. She just collect law degree for Unilag. First class in the back, make her mommy to the brag. She went to be an intern for her uncle. Just a little hustle before she go to law school. My daughter, you love me, be your muscle. I'm a Jesus, mommy knows she love the gospel. But Uncle Peter Agbaya, I like me teach you. One late night became wild in the sitting room. Uncle, please stop, shh, be silent. Uncle didn't stop till he broke behind me. Am I a fool? I don't go astray. Am I a victim of my circumstance? I'm a Lua Biti Bossa Waye, and now I'm feeling like I don't lost my way. Am I a fool? I don't go astray. Am I a victim of my circumstance? I'm a Lua Biti Bossa Waye, and now I'm feeling like I don't lost my way. I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world. I be child of the world. don't become a child of the world, I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world, I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world. Yeah, she don't they look for that thing she did resist before. She never had a daddy figure, so she need the love. Uncle Peter don't create the beast, he can't tame the stuff. She like make you rough, she can't have enough. She met some ladies where go like rub shoulder on some quick business with a high turnover. Say if you ride stick, you go ride Range Rover. Aristo PLC, share you want be stakeholder. Now the sugar daddy loving every day, she know they get the pay. If you get the dollar, spend the kids, no they negotiate. She's in deep, her whole life don't deteriorate. Many bellies she don't get, she don't terminate. Queen runs get, she don't get any competition. Go me no senator, she's giving every politician. Somebody tell them say the consequences, no they likely. Until she tested positive to HIV. Am I a fool? Yeah, don't go astray. Am I a victim of my circumstance? I'm a Lua Biti boss and now I'm feeling like I don't lost my way. Am I a fool? Yeah, don't go astray. Am I a victim of my circumstance? I'm a Lua Biti boss and now I'm feeling like I don't lost my way. I'm a child of the world. I don't become a child of the world, I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world, I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world, I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world. She promised not to disappoint, I guess she broke her vow. She let herself go, she let mommy down. But she go fight to defeat that depression. As long as she's alive, she can still find redemption. She's getting people sensitized about the virus. She's now hoping that her story might inspire us. Don't be like me, help me tell the young ones. Don't come to realize it after you're long gone. Please, don't be a fool now, don't go astray. Don't be a victim of your circumstance. I'm a Lua, be my boss, I didn't know when I lost my way. Please, don't be a fool, don't go astray. Don't be a victim of your circumstance. I'm a Lua, be my boss, please, I didn't know when I lost my way. I'm a child of the world. I just became a child of the world. I be child of the world. I don't become a child of the world. Child of the world. I just became a child of the world, child of the world. I don't become a child of the world.
I literally had goosebumps listening to that. Falz, child of the world. And at the back of my mind, I just kept thinking to myself, everyone who has had to go through such excruciating pain of having been raped or having been molested or sexually assaulted, the things that they have to go through in life is not one that anybody would ever pray for an enemy to. Some people may ask, why must you say something? You must speak up because you are not the problem. You are the victim. You're not the problem. You're definitely not the problem. I mean, I've had somebody ask me, is it your business? Why are you talking about it? I'm like, why not if not? Why not if not? When the news story of a popular musician's wife and a pastor broke out on social media, I had to think about it intently because it's crazy how people have to go through this. I know it's a rather delicate matter, if you ask me. Very delicate. It can be very devastating. And rape victims go through the unimaginable things. And different rape victims actually react differently when these things happen to them. Like you'd see now from Child of the World by Falz. She became a free giver. Every Tom, Dick and Harry she would lay with. She was doing the most after she got molested by her uncle and her cousin. That was the story. If you follow the song, you definitely would tell that it's a song that touches this very intricate matter that we're discussing today. Now, some of the people that go through rape, some of them go wild, become free givers of sex like it's a souvenir. They cannot control their urges anymore. I mean, it's just wild how things happen. Another set of rape victims become violent towards men. This violence is fueled by their ordeal, and as such, men disgust them. They cannot even stand. Like when they see men, they're like, men, God forbid, but maybe because they've been. When you see some women that detest men or disgusted by men generally, I mean, check the root of it. It's possible that they were inflicted with such ordeal whilst they were growing up. I mean, some of them may even be in relationships, and when their partner wants to touch them, they become very angry and violent because, I mean, this is all they know. Violence. This is something that's happened with them. Some other rape victims may take things differently. They become mute for a very long time, keep it to themselves. That's when you notice that your child, who used to be the chirpy child, who used to be the life of the party, who used to love to dance, love to talk, she's a chatterbox, becomes quiet all of a sudden and mute. Check her. Something has happened. Something has happened. I heard of a young girl that when she was raped, she didn't say a word for 3 whole years. I cannot imagine the pain that she suffered. I cannot imagine her thought process. I can't imagine. Well, if you're just coming in, welcome to the family. It's your one family, one radio station, Super 92.7 FM right here in the city of Lagos. I'm the gifted goddess, your radio spice, spicing up the airwaves as per usual, Atarodo to be precise. Well, I mean, this conversation that we're having today on family matters is one that has to do with GBV, gender-based violence. And yes, we're not just streamlining it to just women. Oh, it happens to men too. It happens to boys. And we're ensuring that we're having this conversation in a wholesome manner, because we know that so many people go through this thing over and over again and they don't have an opportunity to speak. So if you know someone, if you ever have been in this experience, send me a WhatsApp message. I mean, I definitely will send you help, because we have some people that we can reach out to, that you also can reach out to, that would be of help to you and help you heal. Help you heal, because everyone who has gone through this, all they need is healing. All they need is succor. All they need is someone to tell them everything is going to be all right, and everything is definitely going to be all right. Well, other rape victims, as I've talked about 3, some of them become free givers, others become violent towards men. Third rape victims become mute. They don't talk. They don't interact with people. Your once chirpy child has become a ghost house. Other rape victims, which I can tell you are the really strong ones, are the one who move on. And when I say move on, I don't mean that they forget what happened. No, I'm saying that they cage it. And sometimes when they hear about someone that may have gone through that same experience as them, they become very, how do I say, they become very emotional about the entire situation. It reminds them of that, theirs, and their healing process begins all over again. So I don't want us to, what's the word I'm looking for right now? I don't want us to stigmatize people that may have gone through this years ago, and then they begin to talk about it. You think they healed? That is one experience that would, I mean, some of these experiences destroy people's lives. And you begin to ask, like, what should I have done better? Was I at fault? Some people begin to blame themselves for it. Please don't. Please don't. You are not at fault. Well, to join in on the conversation, 0705 8904927 is the number to call us on. 0705 8904927 or 0805 092097. You can also send a WhatsApp message to 0705 6900927. Well, the risk of having gender-based violence is highest in the first year of a girl's life. So by all means, moms, this one is to you. I think that as much as possible, when a child begins to know some certain things at early age, have conversations with them about it. They need to be privy to this knowledge. They need to know. If an uncle touches you here, say no. If an uncle wants to kiss you, say no. And come and tell mommy and daddy about it. Nothing is going to happen to you. If they tell you, oh, you're going to die, if you tell mommy and daddy, that's a lie, you're not going to die. These are the things we need to start instilling in our kids. And schools also need to put it in their curriculum, maybe once or twice or 3 times every session, or in the uni every semester. Gather girls together, gather people together, especially girls, because we go through the most in this situation. Gather everyone together and have these conversations. NGOs need to do better with getting into the grassroots. Not after it happens. Before it happens, you may be saving someone by doing a sensitization. like the reps are doing, you may be saving someone. Reach out to them, have conversations with them. And anytime you hear anything, you see something, you say something. As a neighbor, you know that your neighbor used to beat his wife. You've kept quiet. Oh, now their family matter. You cannot get in between wife and husband and wife. Sometimes the woman is going through imposter syndrome. Sometimes she's going through a Stockholm syndrome, falling in love with her abuser. We need to have this conversation. We need to talk about it a little more. And I hope that I've been able to do justice, especially to this rape issue that we need to constantly speak on, because people are going through it on a daily basis. Young girls that don't have anywhere to go, that are living under the bridge. We need to get to the grassroots. We need to speak to people about it. We need to get them talking about it a little more. It's not just by the House of Representatives doing a walk, because I'm sure that you did a walk in a very secure environment. And this is not to throw jabs, but I mean, the people that really need to hear this, they are in the slums. They are in Ajegunle. They are in Lekki Phase 1, especially the slums in Lekki. They are in VI. They are in Okokomaiko. If you're a celebrity and you're listening to me right now, you're an influencer. If you can, put together talks. Because I think that this conversation is very important. I have got a message here. Henry from Ojo says, truth is, parents and schools should not shy away from discussing this with children. Trust me, doing so will keep them at alert whenever they notice any signs at all, which is absolutely correct, Henry. Absolutely correct. We should do a good job at telling kids from as age 3, 4. Nobody should touch you. These are your private areas. And don't name private areas by slangs. Say the actual name. Because then they know. Then they know. Well, I mean, I've pretty much done the Lord's work and what I was made to do, because, I mean, we need to talk about it more. Well, I mean, this is the meat of the conversation. This is where I wrap things up on Family Matters. It has been quite an eye-opener, if I do say so myself. And we as a family, we need to have conversations like this a little more. Well, it's been exciting doing this with you. Well, I always say this: if you see something, say something. Well, Time Flies by Burna Boy featuring Sauti Soul is the vibe that you're going to be listening to right now on the Super Breakfast Show. Stick around. I have more music coming your way. More music that will make you move your body. And then we wrap things up on the Super Breakfast Show in a bit. Stick around.